What's up, guys? It's Jerry. Just Jerry. You can call me that for now. Today we're going to be making a chicken parm sandwich. Sandwich. So first things first, we're going to need a monster. All right, now let's get our ingredients. We are going to need just a few items. We have chicken breast, basil, mozzarella, salt, pepper, Italian seasonings, olive oil, breadcrumbs, the whole kitchen sink and then some, but you know a great chicken parm wouldn't be great without a really great sauce. And to start, we're gonna go ahead and get a couple cloves of garlic ready. Oh, we only need about 2. Blop. We'll go ahead and peel our garlic cloves. Really quick method is just to sit there and crush them, and then you can go ahead and actually peel them apart. We just want to go ahead and mince the garlic, and we'll chop off the end pieces here. Just nice and thinly sliced. I know I said minced, but you can actually just go ahead and leave them in these little wafer-like, as long as they're thin, so that they'll be able to fry pretty easily inside the olive oil. We have our garlic there. Then we're actually gonna make this a little spicy. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is grab, where did my pepper go? Oh, grab a little red pepper. We're gonna do the same thing, just like we did the garlic. Actually, you know what? I'll leave the seeds in there. Actually, it's just like crushed red pepper. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the tip off. Just the tip on both sides. You want to go ahead and thinly slice this. If you want to skip this step, you definitely can, but I like it to have a little bit more flavor, so that spice, perfect. It's a spicy boy. Go ahead and scoop all this up, and we'll put that in a cup over to the side, just until we get ready to use for later, okay? Now we're going to grab our pot and our burner. We're going to go ahead and get this about a medium heat into the pot. We're going to go ahead and add some olive oil. About a couple tablespoons. We're gonna go ahead and let that get heated up. All right, now that our oil is hot enough, we're gonna go ahead and add our chilies and our garlic. And what we're gonna do is just throw it in there until you start getting the aromatics. So until everyone starts smelling your cooking, that's when we wanna go ahead and stop and actually add in our sauce. Which for that today, we're actually gonna be using crushed red tomatoes. So I'll add these in, and while they're actually heating up, we're gonna go ahead and open our can of crushed red tomatoes. We're gonna go ahead and start stirring this up. Those peppers, I can smell them. You know this is gonna be a little spicy. Hope y'all can handle some heat. Oh, God. Your garlic and pepper should just start getting some color. We're gonna go ahead and go in with the full 28 ounces of our crushed red tomatoes. And we'll just go ahead and give that a nice little stir. And then into your can, we'll just add a little bit of water to get the rest of the tomatoes out of there. Not too much, just a little bit. Seems like we got most of it, so we can set that to the side. You want it to be thick because remember it's going on top of our chicken parm sandwich, so you don't want a runny sandwich or something that's going to get the bread all soggy. Don't worry, if you put too much water in it, you can just go ahead and actually raise the heat, let it simmer longer to let some of that excess moisture out of the mix, okay? Ooh, that's smelling good. Those peppers aren't burning my nose anymore. For seasoning, we're going to go in with some garlic powder. About a half a tablespoon. Italian seasoning, onion powder, about a half tablespoon. And then just a pinch of pepper, pinch of salt. Not too much salt because we're going to be salting a lot of the other ingredients. And then I forgot one thing. Just a pinch of sugar. Pinche. The sugar is going to balance out that acidity. We'll go ahead and stir that all up. We're going to pop in our final ingredient, which is actually going to be some fresh basil. Just go ahead and grab a bunch, not too much. I have a handful of about 2 or 3 leaves here. We're going to go ahead and crush it up. And what that's actually going to do is bruise the basil. So it's bruised, right? Bruise the basil. You can smell it. Releases the aromas out of it. And it's going to help get that flavor into the sauce. We'll just drop that right in. Boop, and mix it on up. We're going to go ahead and let this simmer for about 10 minutes total, okay? And then we'll set it to the side while I prepare our chicken. Go ahead and get your chicken titties. Grab one chicken titty. There's an excess amount of fat. Go ahead and cut that off. Then what we're going to go ahead and do, just butterfly this open, okay? Lay it flat, place your hand on top, put the knife somewhere in the middle, and go ahead and keep cutting. I'm just going to go ahead and split it in 2, which I fucked up, and now I have a really, really tiny piece of chicken breast. That's good enough, right? Now for the fun part, you'll grab some cling wrap. We'll go ahead and get a nice piece just to rest over top of the chicken breast. Chicken titty. Chicken titty. Do-da-dee-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo-dot. I'm terrible with this. It came off horrible. You can use a mallet, or I'm a little more old-fashioned. I'm just going to go ahead and use a rolling pin. So go ahead and beat this until it's flat. You want it to be as thin as possible. This is why my downstairs neighbors hate me. All right, that's thin enough. Now that we have a nice thin flat piece of chicken, we need to go ahead and prepare our breading station or a dredging station. Beep, bop, boop. For our dredge, we'll need flour, Shake that on up, get a nice level there so you can have enough to dip the chicken in. We will need 2 eggs, 3 if you need it, or add a little bit of milk or water. I got a little shell in there, what the hell? And then we're gonna need some breadcrumbs. You can use Italian breadcrumbs, whatever you want. I have some panko breadcrumbs here, and then I will I'll season them with some Italian seasoning, and we're actually gonna add Parmesan to this. For our eggs, you do want to make sure you mix them up. A little nice whiskey in there. Frisky whiskey. For the flour, I'm going to season with just a little bit of pepper. Just a tiny bit. We're going to be seasoning the breadcrumbs too. And salt. And then for the breadcrumbs, we're going to go in with a pinch of salt. Pinch of pepper. Italian seasoning. Actually, I'm going to need a little bit more than that. I'm going to open up the bottle for this one. Going in deep. That's enough right there. And some garlic powder. And onion powder. And I almost forgot, we need one more ingredient. Parmigiano. Say when. Ooh, I got a workout in after that one. Boy. So we got our dredging station, we got our flour, our eggs, and then we have our breadcrumbs, okay? Now we take our chicken, place it into our flour, get it nice and coated. Just a thin layer, but make sure there's no wet spots. Shake off the excess. Look at that thing. Shake it off, shake it off. Put it into our egg batter. Make sure it's nice and coated all the way over. Let the excess drip off. Then into our breadcrumb. We'll just lay it away from us. Give it a nice press down. You want these breadcrumbs to go all the way into the chicken and be fully coated. So give that a press, flip it over, press again. You don't want any of the chicken to be exposed because the crust and the breading of the chicken will actually help lock in those juices and the flavors. So you want to make sure you cover every part of the chicken. Now that I've successfully made a mess and coated the chicken entirely, I'll put this on my pan and then set this to the side so we can get it ready to fry. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get our oil heated up. Into the pan, I'm gonna go in with some canola oil, just enough to cover the chicken. And you want this oil to heat to about 350, or I'll show you a trick here in just a minute that'll actually do it if you happen to not have a thermometer at home. All right, so the trick is, once you can insert a chopstick or a piece of wood, in this case, I'm using some little wood tongs here, and it starts to bubble, that's how you know it's time to add your chicken. So go ahead and grab our chicken. We will pick it up. As we drop it in, we'll just go ahead and lay it away from us. We're gonna go ahead and cook it for about 5 to 6 minutes until it's golden brown on both sides. All right, since it's about halfway through, we're gonna go ahead and flip. You can see our chicken has started to get this nice golden brown crust. We're gonna flip it on the other side so it gets even more color to it. This is a big boy. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab our piece of chicken. Look at this boy. Nice, brown, crispy. I'm gonna go ahead and place it on a paper towel lined pan. I'm just gonna let that dry off for a bit. Now that our chicken has rested, our nice, beautiful, crispy chicken, we can start to assemble our actual chicken parm. So we're gonna need our sauce, and then we're gonna add some cheese to this too. We're gonna go in with a ladle of our sauce. Nice and generous, and we'll smear that on top. And then on top of that, we're gonna go ahead and get some nice fresh slices of mozzarella. So go ahead and put about 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a big piece of chicken, so it actually is gonna need more mozzarella than I thought. So let's add another one. So we've got about 5 pizzas of mozzarella. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. We're gonna put this oven at 400 degrees just until the cheese is melted. So we'll give it maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And also, if your chicken isn't all the way cooked, because we did cook it for 5 minutes, and this is a big boy, that'll cook the chicken the rest of the way. And while our chicken is in the oven, let's prep our bread. We got a nice big French baguette here. And we're just gonna chop up into the size of a sandwich. Like I said, this is a big boy, so I'm probably gonna need about half of this bread just to cover this whole sandwich. So let's go ahead and cut this up. Probably be easier if I use a bread knife. P.S. I am a home cook. I am in no way professionally trained, but I do love to cook and love making recipes. So I'm happy to share this with y'all. And y'all can just see, I mean, it's not hard to cook. Anyone can do it. Myself personally, if I can be a home cook and making some delicious recipes like this, anyone can do it. It's that easy. Hopefully one day I can go to culinary school. That is my goal for this YouTube channel, is that I can go to culinary school one day from it. But for now, I'm just having fun cooking, so I hope you enjoy this. Let's see, how big was that? How big was that boy? A big. So we're gonna use about this much bread. It's okay if it sticks off, okay? All right, we'll slice this bad boy in half. Let's scoop some of the bread out in the center. So we'll just start scooping some of this out. These are actually some of the best bites. Got these little morsels of bread. This is a great snack while you're cooking. If I had a little bit of butter or garlic on this, mwah. We'll want our bread to be just a little bit toasty, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a pan, lay my bread down, drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. I said a little bit. And then secret ingredient, I don't feel like chopping up some more garlic, so I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic powder on here. And we'll put this in that same oven. Woo-hoo-hoo! Coming in hot. Look at this nice ooey gooey cheese. And for the sake of YouTube, you can see it doesn't quite have that kind of golden brown color you'd like to see because I haven't broiled it, but that's why I got my handy dandy blowtorch. I'm having too much fun with this. Now that our chicken has cooked a little too much from that, we'll go ahead and grab our big old juicy piece of chicken. Go ahead and plate that bad boy up. Top it with our parsley. And we're going to go ahead and just give this a nice slice in half, actually, on a bias. Oh no. Look at this thing. That's a big boy. Stay tuned for the next episode where I actually learn how to plate something. But let's take a bite of this. That is so freaking good. If you want to learn how to be a home cook and make food like this with me, I'm no expert. Simple, easy recipes that taste delicious. Subscribe, like, comment, guys. See my journey as a cook as I grow. I'm excited to do this, and until next time.